Hello and welcome to the Lou Review podcast. I'm your host, Rosa Hart, and my guest today is Tom Pifer of the TKO Flight Club.
Good afternoon.
Welcome, and thank you for being with us today.
Thank you. It's a pleasure.
So, what kind of flight club are we talking about? Do you do a lot of airplane flying?
No airplane flying, only bourbon flights.
Ooh, I love bourbon flights.
Who doesn't?
I mean, people who don't care about this episode now. But but if you do like bourbon flights, you're in the right place. So what does the TKO mean?
So technical knockout. And we are a play on words that derived from our primary benefactor, the TKO Parkinson's, which is the boxing gym that all of our funding supports. And so we thought, because 100% of our funding goes to fund their fight, we should be TKO Flight Club.
Oh, I love that. It's so cooperative.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we're here to talk about your big annual event, the Kentucky Bourby.
Yes.
So tell us about the Kentucky Bourby.
So if you like bourbon and if you like derby parties, we've got something special for you. So we've combined bourbon and derby party at the most interesting, exciting new event center in Louisville called Progress Park.
Progress Park.
Yeah.
Where is that?
In Buchel, right by on Progress Boulevard.
Okay.
And so their grand, we are the first event in their new event center.
Oh, wow.
So Splash, hey, big event for charity.
Be the first to see it, huh?
Yep, first public event to come see it, celebrate the opening. They'll have a grand opening later, but
Okay.
we're having a party first.
And it has something to do with racing?
So it's opening night at Churchill Downs, so we do a derby party on opening night at Progress Park to benefit the fight against Parkinson's.
Okay.
And we pair raffles with races. Okay. So each race you can buy a ticket and enter the raffle. If your horse comes in, you get drawn for a chance to win a bourbon basket.
Oh, so you're going to be watching the race like on televisions around
yes,
the room?
Multiple TVs showing the races.
So it really will feel like a derby party, but
yes.
in April.
In April, week before Derby. So the Saturday before Derby, this is an annual party. This is our third year hosting the event. Nice. We're going to continue for many more. We are trending really strong. We've got 23 different distilleries coming to do charitable pours
that's
for
like
the night.
Half the Bourbon Trail.
There's a lot of participating distilleries on the Bourbon Trail.
Nice.
We've got, and so with your ticket, you get all of the food you can eat, all of the bourbon you can drink. We do not encourage you drinking all of it. There's a lot.
There will be excess, but don't hurt yourself.
Yes. And so, we put together a bourbon tasting event like no other, in that we don't tell you how to drink. We don't tell you what to taste. We give the brands an opportunity to engage with new donors for our cause. And we use bourbon to raise money. Yeah. So people can come. They can be part of a charity. They can be part of fundraising with us. Mm-hmm. And they can kick off their Derby week at our event.
Well, that sounds like a whole lot of fun. And what is all this fundraising for? You said Parkinson's, but I mean, what does that look like?
So 100% of our funding goes to support a local gym who sponsors boxers fighting to improve their quality of life. Now, they're training with the Rock Steady Boxing Program, which is a national accredited training program to strengthen the dopamine levels in Parkinson's fighters. And so our trainer, he went and studied, got accredited, and he trains all of our fighters. So they stretch, they punch, they have active movement, all part of Rock Steady Boxing. And that movement, that training, that quickness, that intensity strengthens their brain and gives them improve quality of life. And for the majority of our fighters, this is medicine, not just physical, but emotional as well. One of the strengths of this gym that we support is that we're building a community. More so than the physical needs, they have emotional needs. They have belonging. They want to just belong, and they're surrounded by people that are just like them, fighting a very similar fight. And so it's emotionally just as powerful as it is physical. So we welcome all guests to come be part of the corner team, come support the fighters, participate. It's a workout.
Well, that sounds like very personal to you. Are you in there? Do you participate in these?
I have been to the gym. My father was diagnosed with Parkinson's 11 years ago. And as part of his beginning journey, he discovered Rocksteady Boxing. The program already existed, but he discovered the program in the world and said, I sure would love for that to be here locally. Yeah. Well, surprise, it was.
So there was already an instructor here?
Yes. He went to a gym across the river, found a great trainer, and was traveling to southern Indiana.
Wow.
For about a year, maybe a little longer, when he discovered that, there's a bigger community closer to home that needs this also. Maybe I can convince them to come. And then that thought developed.
They were going to convince people to drive across the river?
It was a try. He and Mom are really good at building community.
Oh, yeah?
At strengthening community.
Even before this?
Even before Parkinson's. They were early, they early on embraced small Christian communities. They early on embraced that way they would have a friend group that would nurture each other. And Mom always said, hey, when you get married, surround yourself with people that are just like you, so that when it's a struggle, when it's a fight, you have people that will support you in a way that you need. And so what Mom and Dad have done, have developed a gym that supports Parkinson's fighters in a way that they need. They understand what their needs are. They talk the talk. They've walked the walk. And so their insight in these medicines work. These don't. These struggles are real. These are less to be concerned about. These doctors are better. Hey, that's a real conversation coming from the horse's mouth, pun intended. So
for the Kentucky Bourby.
Yeah, Kentucky Bourby.
Right? Well, where do they have this gym at?
So we are at Butyl Baptist on Hikes Lane.
So not at it's a gym, but not at a gym. It's at a church?
That's right. The church has a gym, and we rent space there. And Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Well, Monday and Wednesday we have physical class, so you can join the class 9:30 to 11. Come fight with the team. Come be part of the corner team. Support the community. On Friday, it's a virtual class. And so fighters are fighting from home. They join the class through Zoom, and they train. And so I go to the gym to support them and just be corner team. I set up some of the activities. A corner team that I'm holding the boxing pads or the just helping Parkinson's fighters. And it's a great day.
I just love how your face is so lit up. I really wish this was on video now so people could see just how delighted you are. You must really love your parents.
I do love my parents. They modeled the fight. They modeled that we can do our part. And so when you're the son trying to help your dad, you're just trying to figure out what can I physically do, because Parkinson's doesn't have a cure. And what I could physically do is ensure that funding existed so that he could always fight for free. And more than that, someone else's dad could fight for free. If my dad can pay, well, maybe someone else's can't. And I needed to assure that. And that was a tangible thing that I could give to my dad and to the community.
Yeah, there's so many people who, they say they would love to go to the gym, but they can't afford it to even, give it a chance. So the fact that you're dedicated to making that available to people, That's really great. And, we all know that movement is good for us, but I love how you're combining that, exercise with that interpersonal element of building friendships and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So what would you say is like your long-term vision for the TKO Flight Club and supporting Rocksteady Boxing?
So in the beginning, we'll be donating to build a fund so that once we get over, hey, we're covering annual fees, and you're still contributing and people are still generous. Now you establish a financial structure that invests so that the next generation can have the same opportunity.
Like a trust fund?
A trust fund
Yeah.
of sorts. We may not be the leaders doing Kentucky Bourby, guiding the class, but we're going to establish that structure so that somebody else can carry that torch.
Yeah.
And so that's the next step for our financial goals. Separately, Flight Club would love to continue to fundraise and have a building.
Oh.
Have a physical structure.
Well, let's wait and see how this party goes. You might want to
That's
have
right.
the party at the same place every year. I don't know if it's this as phenomenal as you made it out to be. What's it called?
We can do both.
What's the new place called?
Progress Park of
Progress
Kentucky.
Park of Kentucky.
It is
Man.
every bit Instagram worthy.
Ah.
It is take your phone out and brag to your friends. It is glamping to the nth degree. I mean, it's a Airstream park, so you get these beautiful stainless Airstreams that have been retrofit or remodeled with really nice interiors. You get campfires. You get a 4-acre lake that you can canoe, kayak, fish. We're not doing that at Bourby.
That could be messy.
Yes. But you get that in the background.
Okay. Yeah.
So
that you're connected with nature or something.
Yes, if you don't like camping, but you love a camping environment, this is your thing.
That sounds like my speed.
Yeah.
I'm more of a glamper myself.
Oh, it's all taken care of. You're in a posh environment. You're close to the stores, but you're in this oasis.
That's nice.
And you're surrounded by trees, and there's a breeze off the pond. And it just is a really beautiful space to celebrate the fight against Parkinson's.
All right. Well, it sounds like somebody's going to want to go there. We're hosting a giveaway for 2 tickets right now on our Instagrams together, which is at Rosa Raves. And then you have at the.tko Flight Club, one word, right?
That's right.
Okay. And so you can enter to win on there, and then we're drawing a winner on Sunday, April 21st. So you only have a few days to enter if you're listening to this in 2024. Yeah. But if you're listening to this in the future, you'll probably want to look up when the next Kentucky Bourby is. And how can people look up where to buy tickets?
So you can go to our website at www.kybourby.com. We're hosting all of our sponsorship, all of our partners, and a ticket link on that website. And you can click that link. It'll take you to Eventbrite. It'll tell you even more about our event and give you an opportunity to buy tickets. Buy them soon. We will not be selling day of event. And we will sell out at 500, and we're halfway there.
Oh, man.
So get your tickets for general admission. Get your VIP tickets. Come stay overnight. We've got a couple overnight stays still available.
Are those in the Airstreams you were talking about?
3 Airstreams available.
What?
And then a guest house.
Whoa.
So that's a ticket package and an overnight stay at the park. So you can come to our after party and come early to our party and enjoy your stay.
So what does a VIP ticket get?
So $200 VIP ticket, and you get 3 exclusive samples curated by Neat Bourbon and Bottle Shop.
Oh, well, they know what they're doing.
They know what they're doing.
Okay.
And they've been a sponsor and supporter from our very beginning.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Great people. And so they're bringing the 12-year Weller, They're bringing a 12-year
Nice.
Evan Williams, and then they're bringing a fan favorite called the Cheesy Gold Foil. It's a Wild Turkey 12-year,
Oh.
and it's a Dusty. So
Okay.
a vintage bottle. And so all three of those, plus a swag bag, plus an hour early entry to the event. And, we're going to thank you for being part of our VIP, and I'll give you some extra bourbon.
Yeah, pre-gaming together.
Yes,
right?
in a major way.
That's cute.
They're going to tell a story about the bourbon. They're going to, you're going to get to hold the bottle, see what it looks like. I mean, that's...
so much of bourbon is about the story. It really is. Like, I've been to 11 of the distilleries on the Bourbon Trail. I think there was 41 the last time I counted. I don't know if they've added more. But, and you're going to have half of them or more represented here.
Yep, we got 23.
23, yeah.
Yep.
So, but at each distillery, there's so much about the recipes that's similar, but what's unique every time is the story. So that's really great that you've got the guys from Neat or girls from Neat coming to tell the stories. Yeah.
And, our signature bourbon this year's Michter's. And so Michter's will be doing...
I love Michter's.
They'll do the signature cocktail. We call it the Bourby. And so...
do you know what's in it?
That's a surprise for us right
now.
now.
Oh my gosh! I want to know!
And so that's coming. And then, they'll come with... Last year they bought the 10-year. I encouraged him to show off this year. So we'll see what he brings.
You encouraged him to show off. Yeah. Okay.
So he'll be coming, and Heaven Hill will be there with us. We just did a barrel pick with them. So TKO will be bringing our barrel pick to sample and pre-order. And so that's a couple surprises there. And then we've got lots of, Green River and Bardstown Bourbon will be there.
River, their bourbon is the only one I like neat.
They're doing great product right now.
Yeah.
Golly, they're up and coming. If you don't know them, you need to check them out.
You really do. They're like kind of... I don't know. They all want to say they're the OG. But Green River's really good.
Yeah. Well, it was a former, and then they gave new life to it.
I will say, I might put a dig at Green River right now, because I did. That's a distillery. I went all the way out to Owensboro and visited them, okay? And, they were saying they won the world's best whiskey contest in, 1919. But then their recipe and the whole distillery burned down and got destroyed, and then they had to make up a whole new recipe. And I'm like, so really what we're drinking, we have no idea what the recipe was that won the world's best whiskey so far back. So it's okay, something that was made here on this land. But I will say it was also phenomenal. So
it's part of the storytelling.
It is the bottle that I have forbidden my husband to mix with anything.
Good for you.
You don't get to mess up the Green River bourbon. Okay, It's perfect as it is.
So Byron Banks has been a supporter since the beginning.
Oh, wow.
And he's with Green River and Bardstown Bourbon. And so he'll be there. He's got a big patio space.
Oh, fantastic.
So you get a whole Green River Bardstown Bourbon experience.
Oh, my goodness.
And they'll serve you well. They'll serve you many of their labels. You will not go disappointed.
Wow. Well, that sounds like my kind of party, man. So thank you so much for coming to tell us about it. Is there anything else you want us to know about all your efforts right now, or do we cover everything?
Well, we talked a lot about the bourbon, and there's a lot of that. We're doing an auction. So the auction will be hosted on 32 auctions. So if you can't make our event, you can check us out on 32 auctions, the Kentucky Bourby, on Saturday. So the auction will go live about 5 o'clock.
So is this a website?
It's a website.
So 32auctions.com?
32auctions.com.
Okay.
Thank you for clarifying.
Okay.
And so we'll host that. You do not have to be on site to win. You can win, and we will figure out how to get you your bottle.
Okay, that's good to know.
Many winners are on site. They like looking at the bottles, and we have a lot of cool bottles. Our highest value bottle in auction right now is a 19-year Willet, the lion's share. So that if you're looking for that, it's Gonna be there.
Man, you're going to have those bourbon bunnies coming just to find
Yeah.
some of these bottles.
We got a King of Kentucky. We got a 10-year Van Winkle. And then we are raffling a 15-year Van Winkle, Pappy Van Winkle.
Right. Nice.
So those are the big bottles, and then lots of other bottles that are hard to find on the shelves. We were fortunate to have them donated or found them. And so they're going to be in the auction. So bid on them and go home with them. You won't be disappointed.
Nice. I love it. Well, thank you so much, Tom.
Thank you for having me.
Again, follow us both on Instagram at Rosa Raves for me and the Lure Review Podcast, and then at the.tko.flight club, not Fight Club, even though we're talking about fighting Parkinson's, right? But and then check it out if you want to buy some tickets. If you don't win, but please enter the giveaway, and you have a chance at 2 tickets. So, all right, and then subscribe to the Lure Review Podcast to be alerted when there's a new episode, since sometimes there's going to be some time-sensitive information you don't want to miss out on. And I'll see you in the next episode.